welcome back to our channel. If you are one of our subscribers, we are now, I think, about 170, which is incredible. It's incredible because we actually started this little YouTube channel because he wanted to do some videos, and after 2 months of baking, his father and I said okay, but also I was running out of some media storage on my blog and needed to start doing videos. So at first we weren't really serious about this channel, and then we thought, hey, maybe we can make something of it. So now that we have 170 of you and hopefully soon 200 of you, we're really excited. And if you are just finding our channel for the first time, welcome. I'm Michelle. This is Little Man. And Little Man, if they are new to the channel, what do you want to tell them to do before maybe they get bored and leave us?
Like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Wow, okay, so, and there's the little bell, right? What do they
for
do?
Notifications.
Okay, and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button for notifications.
Once you subscribe.
Yes, so, all right, today we are going to talk about how we save for Disney, and I know some of you who subscribed are like, where's Adrian? Where's the husband? Well, the husband is off at work, earning money for future trips. So we're going to cover this topic by ourselves today. I promise he will be back for more videos, but we have been brainstorming. We want to do a whole dining review series from Disney with you guys, with the whole family involved, with some of his sarcasm worked in there. But he does need to. We don't have any monetization with this channel or with my blog. He is our sole income right now. So when the Air Force says go do this, he must go do this. And that includes doing a course in correspondence right now. So he is spending a lot of his free time reading, participating in discussion boards, and writing essays, which, you know, you think when you're done with school that you'd be done with that, but nope. He's busy right now, so I promise he will be back. We have a whole lot of things we want to do. I think we also want to cover PhotoPass for you guys because, yeah, you know how your dad feels about that. But anyway, so he will be back for more videos once his schedule allows. But right now, you've got me and Little Man to talk to you about what I feel is an important topic, especially since I've been out of work for a few years. We used to save for our Disney trips, which is our big topic for today, through my paychecks. We were, up until he was 1 year old, we had 2 incomes coming in, and we always budgeted in our house for Adrian's income to be our day-to-day needs, and my income would cover everything from extras like going to Disney World to, oh no, the car broke down or we need a new dishwasher. So our budget has changed since I've been at home with this little guy. Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. You may or may not know I was a teacher. I was in the classroom, but when this guy was a baby, both he and I got pretty sick, and we've had some ongoing issues since there. He takes me to the doctor, I take him to the doctor, and you're really good about it, aren't you, buddy? Yeah, and he's doing really well. He's outgrown a lot of his issues, but because he is small for his age because of those issues, they like to send him to a lot of specialists. So I spend a lot of my time taking care of him, taking care of me, and not in the classroom earning a paycheck anymore. So we've had to get creative over the years with how we save for our Disney trip. But before I get into the more boring adult stuff about how we save for our trip since we've lost my income, Little Man wanted to share with you and maybe some ideas for your kids, oh, there he goes, on how he saves up for his Disney trips, because we are really big in this house on teaching him responsibility. Sorry, he is grabbing his Mickey jar that he's going to show you. And that money doesn't just magically appear on that plastic card in our wallets. And trust me, for the longest time, that is what he thought happened. All right, so he wanted to talk to you and your kids today about how he goes about earning money for his Disney trips. So first, you're going to talk to them about the Mickey jar, right? All right, so
which has suddenly actually got past, well, almost past halfway.
It's been halfway over. I think at one time we had about $50 worth of coins and a little bit of cash in there. Every now and then my husband gets a haircut, brings home the leftover cash from that and puts it in there for him. But This is our Mickey jar. I just took a mason jar at the craft store. You can get them pretty cheap, especially when they're running like the 50 to 60% off coupons. Painted Mickey on it. I actually, for the top, decorated it with scrapbook paper, but you can get the lids with the coin slot already made, and it makes your life a lot easier. But we use this so we all contribute to the Mickey jar, even him when he finds some coins, or when he was two, he used to steal the coins from my purse. Yeah. And so you don't need to open it up, buddy. So, but what does the Mickey jar mainly fund for you? What do we mostly use the money for?
Disney.
Well, for Disney, but what at Disney? You just brought it over. He's got a pressed penny habit, which I know probably many of you do as well. And quarters, you got to actually kind of show them, and I'll zoom this in. We're using our DSLR right now, so I don't have zoom on my prime lens that we're using, but he uses this to fund his pressed pennies, which his dad and I don't have much complaints. These are 50, for the pennies at least, it's 51 cents. So a pretty cheap souvenir, and he likes collecting things, and we get him the books, and they can nicely be put away and not clutter up our house.
100 or 125?
I have a feeling the quarters, I don't remember because you haven't done them too often, but I have a feeling the quarters are probably $1 to do. 50 cents or 75 cents, but don't quote me. If you know, you can put it in the comments for me.
I know there is 5 quarters, I believe you use.
Okay. You would probably know more than me since you do this more. But so that is mainly what we use our Mickey jar for, is to help him have his money for his pressed pennies, but we do throw some cash in there, and he can use it towards his souvenirs. Now, what else do you do to earn money for your Disney trip, to get your souvenir money?
My allowance.
Your allowance, and how do you get your allowance?
By doing some tasks.
Well,
like brushing Angel.
Okay, yes.
And feeding Daddy.
Okay.
And turning off the lights.
Okay, yes. So he has some responsibilities around the house, like taking care of his cats, especially.
Which is one of my favorite ones.
And then there's one other thing. When you bought your Banshee antenna, what else had you saved up to get him? No. You saved up your what from your grandparents?
Birthday money!
He saved up birthday money. So our family is all the way across the country on the western seaboard. We're on the eastern seaboard here in the United States. So oftentimes it's just easier for family to send money. So in our 2017 trip in August, he took birthday money, and that's how he was able to purchase his little Banshee antenna, because you saved up from both sets of grandparents. So that is how he goes about getting money for his Disney trip.
I might even go grab antenna.
Okay, if you want to grab antenna real quick, I will cut to it. Antenna is over there. You don't even know where your child is. Great parenting. Do you remember how much antenna was?
I believe he was $60.
He was around there because we didn't get, he's not the talking version. We didn't get the perch. We just make do. And so, yeah, but you had to do quite a bit of saving to get this guy, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Was he worth the money? He was worth the work. All right. So I think we are good with your part. I am going to send him to go hopefully play quietly somewhere so that we can talk about the stuff that he is not interested in. All he cares is that he gets to go to Disney. So go, child. Full disclosure, I've already recorded this part, but when I finished up, I found my audio recorded, not my video. So this is actually take 2, so forgive me. I'm going to have a cup of coffee to get through take 2, but hopefully I'll do it better than the first time. So first of all, the way our family saves the most money is actually through our military discount. So that discount is about, for the tickets each year, it's about now half off of what the average person would pay. So our 5-day hopper that we used on our spring break 2018. So if you're watching this video later, this is 2018. It was about $246 with no tax charge. When we buy our tickets on base, we don't get charged tax, so we also have that extra savings. The 4-day hopper, if we had done that one, would be $226. And if we wanted to go to the water parks and have that extra stuff added on, it would have been $40 more per each ticket. So still quite a bit of savings, considering that 5-day hopper ticket option is normally around $470 before you add on tax. Now, if you are looking into Disneyland and you are military and happen to be watching this, then you can get a 3-day hopper for $168, or the 4-day option is $188. And once again, you purchase on base, you don't pay taxes. So quite a bit of savings for those of us there. Now, before my husband and I joined the Disney Vacation Club and prepaid for the next 47 years of resort stays, we would use the military salute discount. And now the pain of the military salute is that it is a great savings, but it used to be that Disney would announce it in July. Now they're announcing it later and later each year, and it gets announced around late September. So if you are trying to plan well in advance, it makes planning a little bit difficult, but we get a good discount off of the room rates for deluxe resorts. We get about 40% off. For the moderate resorts, as well as the cabins at Fort Wilderness, it's about 35% off. The value resorts, I think they used to be less, but they now offer about 30% off. I want to say at one point it was like 15% off. So that is what excuse me, I can totally talk. That is the discount for those hotels. Now, if you are going to Disneyland, the Grand Californian is 40% off. The Disneyland Hotel is 35% off, and then Paradise Pier would be 30% off. So once again, I am not affiliated with any of these companies, and in fact, you get referral links. I'm not even going to put the referral links down there. I'm just giving you this information on what's worked for us over the years, because before I decided to use any of these things, I did my research looking on Disboards, from what other Disney folks had to say, to, reading blog posts and stuff. So these are just things I did research and that we've been overall happy with over the years. So the first one we use, and we are not fans of credit cards at all. We are very strict about our use on credit cards. Our rule in this house is if we couldn't pay cash for it right then, even if we had to pull from savings, then we don't buy it. So we do use the Disney Visa Rewards. We got it, I think, for our 2011 trip. They were offering like a $100 gift card for applying and getting approved. So we got $100 off of that. I don't know what their current offer is, and it does change from time to time. We just have the basic rewards where it's 1% of your purchases. We don't have the one where you pay the annual fee and get 2% back, because it's only on certain things like grocery store purchases, gasoline purchases, and we don't use credit cards for that, so it's not worth it for us to do that. But we have used our Disney Visa for everything from our online purchases, because we of course don't use a debit card for that, to we use it for big purchases where we would get the points. And one thing we did when we bought into DVC, we paid off our contract within a month, and I just kept calling and putting it on the credit card. And then when it was all paid off and we had all our points, when it came time to pay our annual dues, we used the rewards points from the Disney Visa to pay our annual dues, and that's how we will probably do it each year, is just set aside those points. I'm sorry, the kitten is crying right now. Hopefully you can't hear it. But we will set aside those points to use for our annual dues for our Disney Vacation Club contracts. So that is one thing we have used over the years. My camera hates me today. It does not want us to talk about saving money at Disney. It just overheated, so it looks like when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting, maybe purchase a new battery. So we're gonna try to talk about all this really quick before the camera tries to shut off again. And yes, I am without my ears. I don't know if I'm the only person who has maybe like a big head, but after a while they just hurt. So no ears for the rest of this video, but let's see if we can talk about saving money at Disney. So before the camera died, I was talking about how we've used the Disney Visa over the years. Now I'm going to talk about some other programs that I've used, and once again, not affiliated with any of these. So one that I found through Disboard discussion groups is a website called Sunshine Rewards. It is one of those survey slash rebate websites. I used to do a lot of the surveys. I started the program back in 2014, and over a year I got like $200 or $300 during doing surveys, for our 2015 Disney trip. But as time went on, I found I would be answering the questionnaires, and sometimes after 15, 20 or more minutes, I would get disqualified, and it was just a kind of a waste of my time. So I actually have stopped doing the surveys. Maybe at some point I'll try it again and see if I do a little bit better, but I don't know about you. I don't have that time to waste. I could be getting other things done. So I do use it for their rebates for our online shopping, because at times they will also offer with the Disney Store a higher rate than other websites, but also they offer, as your payout, they do offer Disney gift cards. You can go with PayPal and you just need a $20 minimum for that one. But if you choose to go with their gift cards they offer at Amazon and Disney, you need a $25 minimum, and then of course it goes up to $50, $100, and so on. So that is what I have used in the past, and I just mentioned them because a lot of Disney people seem to use them. I haven't had any problems with them. There have been, they go through and they vet all the surveys, but you know us, we're really big on privacy here. My husband and I both have backgrounds in tech, and so there have been a couple of surveys where, you know, they vetted it, but it was something where they wanted to install software on your phone and watch what they're doing, and my husband doesn't talk about it. He actually has a PhD in human-computer interaction, so he knows more than most of us do about this sort of thing. So he's always told me to, even though yes they vetted it, to stay away from anything that's going to be watching what you're doing on your phone, especially if you're somebody who gets into your bank app and other things with personal information. So just know, but for the most part, you know, just filling out a questionnaire survey, like especially if you're somebody who does like the Google Rewards surveys, that is something where sometimes you can earn like a couple extra dollars per survey, or as a little, I stay away from like the 25-cent ones. That's not worth your time, but that's one way to get some extra money. Now, next on the list, I have an app called Ibotta, and it can be used just like Sunshine Rewards. It's a rebate app, but this time they have online purchases as well as in-store purchases eligible, for their program. What I like about it is that they'll offer 25 cents off of any item, 25 cents off of bananas, off of broccoli. So every now and then you can save on produce, those healthier foods that you don't often see regular coupons offered for when you're cutting it out of the newspaper, which I don't know about you, we don't even get anymore. So I like the options overall because there's some healthier foods that you can get money back on. Specialty items like coconut. Sorry, the cat is eating the wool carpet right now, but I'm going to keep going. So those specialty items like coconut yogurt that we buy, or lactose-free yogurt, that you don't normally get to save money on. So that's what I really like about this program. I've been a little bit lazy about using it lately. I need to get back to turning in receipts for rebates. But you make your purchases, you take a picture of your receipt or scan a barcode depending on what the store participating wants, and you send it off, and you know, sometimes right away the money is credited to your account, and you can usually cash out around $20 if you're using PayPal. The gift cards, I think it just depends on the store the gift card is for. Now, unlike Sunshine Rewards, they do not do a Disney gift card, but you know, you can still go the cash route, or you can get other gift cards that you might need and just, you know, apply it to purchases you would already be making and save money that way. It used to be that I would have told you to get a Target gift card and use that to go make a purchase for a Disney gift card. I used to see all the time that people would use their Target REDcard with the 5% back, along with they'd go get the Black Friday deal where the Target gift cards were 10% off and buy Disney gift cards that way. Sometimes they'd say they'd be sneaky about it and do it online, or they'd do it out of self-checkout, but it looks like Target is putting a stop to that. I looked it up yesterday, and a lot of people are saying even when they do the purchase online, if they've used a Target gift card, Target is canceling their order. So if you want to strictly use any rebate from Ibotta for your Disney vacation, then you probably just want to go the PayPal route and get yourself some cash. Okay, since I brought up Target, I'm going to talk about 2 items that I actually have not used, but I see a lot of times on the Disney groups that a lot of people do use it and they've been happy to use them. The first is the Target REDcard that I already mentioned that you get the 5% back on. I have some friends who use it and are happy about it. I personally looked into it about a year ago when Sunshine Rewards was actually offering a $5 bonus if you signed up for it. But I did some reading. I always review things before I dive in and do it. So I looked at reviews, I looked at Target's fine print, and I had some concerns about the dissemination of information to third parties. I don't want to get 5% off if it means you're selling off my information to other parties that I'm not giving you, that I'm not okay with. So for me personally, I decided not to do that. But like I said, I know people who have the card and are perfectly happy with it. So I would just say, I don't know. That was a year ago. Their policies could have changed. So that is one thing you might want to look into. Just make sure you are reading that fine print and that you are okay with anything Target might be doing with your information for that 5% back. And let's face it, 5% isn't a lot, but when you're spending $2,000 or so on just your resort stay alone, that can really add up and be a savings in your wallet. So I say go ahead and look into it, look around, see what people are currently saying about it, and see if that's something you might want to do. Now, if you are a member of Sam's Club or thinking about becoming a Sam's Club member, another thing people do is that they will go and pick up their Disney gift cards at Sam's Club, where I think for about $100 worth of Disney gift cards, you only pay about $75. I'll look that up and see what the current going rate is. We personally are not Sam's Club members. We haven't been since we lived in Ohio and we didn't have access to Costco, full disclosure. My brother works for Costco, so I think he would see it as me going over to the dark side if I went and got a Sam's Club membership and went to his competitors. So I haven't had access to the discounts on those gift cards there, but I see a lot of people talk about it and recommend it. So if you are a Sam's Club member, do go get your gift cards there, and then you can use the gift cards to pay off your stay. I have often in the past went and picked up, here's the other one where I save money, when we've had a grocery store with a gas station and those fuel perks programs. I have, and we have that in Pittsburgh and Colorado. We don't have it here, unfortunately. But what I would go do is, a year to 6 months, go and pick up over all that time $50 to $100 in gift cards each time I went. And I would get the fuel perks from those purchases. And sometimes when we were in Pittsburgh and had Giant Eagle, they would, around holidays or like graduation time, double the rewards for every $50 you spent on gift cards. And so I would pick up the gift cards there to pay off our resort stay. This was before we were DVC. But I would use my Disney Visa rewards card to purchase those gift cards and then also get the points for my Disney Visa and get cash back that way. There we go. I think that's all I have as far as our money saving tips. I would love to hear from you in the comments if there's something I didn't mention that I should have or that I just don't plain know about. If you have had experience with any of the programs I've mentioned, whether it's good, okay, or just plain ugly, please share and let others know. We're all here about, basically finding better ways to do Disney, and we started this channel in part because, well, the kid wanted to, and it really started for him, but then we realized this was a way for me to teach outside of the classroom and kind of share the mistakes that I've made over the years and certainly have learned. We've been going to Disney World since 2009, and of course, having a kid added to the mix, things have changed for us over the years. So once again, thank you for stopping by. We hope if you made it to the end of this video, good for you. And I hope if you like the video that you will hit that subscribe button and stick with us. Next week, the plan is to talk about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, right, buddy? Yeah, next week. We went when he was 3 years old. We learned some do's and don'ts for that party, but it was a lot of fun, and if you have the opportunity to go, you should go at least once. It's like one of those bucket list things. And so the plan is to talk about that, and hopefully I will have figured out what's going on with my camera, and we'll have better luck filming next week. Thank you for stopping by.